Hey y'all. Hey. Just dropping in, checking in on you. Um, when you're working for the Lord and He's your CEO, you have to clock in when He says clock in. So I had to clock in. So I came in to talk to you all for a few minutes because the Lord was putting on my heart about recovery. And so as I've been going through this journey, I had been wondering why I had been so sleepy. I said, "Oh my God, I am just so sleepy." It's like I have no energy, um, like none. But I did go. I went to my PCP, my primary care physician, and he did some blood work. Everything was good. Tests were normal, but yet I'm still tired. So probably 2, 3 weeks later, I go back to the doctor because I'm tired of feeling this way. It's something going on, and I know the blood work came back good or the test, but I needed to really get to the root of why I'm so tired. Like, I'm doing what the doctor says. And so I was sitting in the room and and sitting in that room, um, I'm looking around and there's a poster on the door. And the poster gave, the symptoms of what this could be. So it said weight gain, fatigue, or no, tiredness, something like that. I can't remember exactly. But I knew it was something God wanted me to know. He wanted me, it really had my attention. And y'all, I was literally reading through each symptom, and almost every symptom, probably every symptom was me. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Is this the reason why? So, when my doctor did come in, I told my doctor about, the poster I just saw. And I told him that I was having these identical symptoms that was on the poster. So I explained to him what was going on with me, and he said yes. After I told him again everything like thoroughly, he said, "Oh yeah, you have sleep apnea." I was like, "Whoa, okay." Um, did not want to have that because you have to wear a CPAP. Like, you have to sleep with a machine, like a mask at night with a machine going, right? That's what I'm looking at. That's how I'm thinking. And I heard about the uncomfortable feeling you have when you have this mask over your face. And oh my God. So, of course, you're going to think the worst of, oh my God. So he said, well, we still have to refer you to a sleep specialist, a sleep clinic, to do the proper testing to actually diagnose you, to provide the diagnoses. Now, sleep apnea, fibromyalgia, certain diseases can root from narcissistic abuse. This is why I am so much of an advocate, because it's dangerous. Like, it's literally dangerous, y'all. And the major cause of my sleep apnea was definitely that. But um, of course, even though we know what it is, I have to still be properly diagnosed. And they have to tell you the levels you're on and how critical it is, et cetera, et cetera. So um, he referred me quickly, and I did get an appointment with a sleep clinic, sleep specialist. Um, Talked to the doctor there. He immediately, after describing my symptoms, he said, "Oh yeah, you have it. You do. You have it." And then he said, "Okay, so we do have to test, even though I'm just for sure that you have it." So okay, so we do the home test. Well, sometimes, and I did this test before in the clinic, well, at the hospital in Lafayette. The tech said I didn't have it, and I was like, I just still believe I had it back then, years ago. And so, um, instead of doing the testing in the hospital, they do home studies now, sleep studies at home, because from my understanding, it's a little bit better and it's cheaper, if I'm not mistaken. The insurance is quick to pay for a home test. So, did the home test, y'all. I'm nervous. I have my daughter helping me. And she like, Mama, you're grown. You don't know how to put this on. Like, you got to put this um electrode type of monitoring, a little thing on your chest or by your neck, because it's reading while you're sleeping. And so I had to give my daughter, because I'm a perfectionist, y'all. That comes from, I believe, definitely from the trauma mostly. So I'm telling her to put this on. So in the middle of the night, because I'm so, oh my God, um, worried that I'm not going to do this right, because I want my results to come back accurately. I laid there, and you're supposed to have some type of tape um to put on it, and I believe my tech gave me like a band-aid. Well, with me moving around as much as I do when I'm asleep, it did not stay in place. So I was worried. So I dropped, you have to drop after the 24-hour period is up, you wrap everything up and you take it back to the clinic. Drop it off so that they can read the monitor. So God is so good. So with me being worried, I just felt like the results wasn't going to come back like I needed, like it was not going to be accurate. So God, gave me, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. When I say when you let God take the wheel, I'm talking about be a part of every decision. I'm telling you, this is my way of living now. So I called my tech and I told her, I said, I remember, they give you instructions with the video that you can look at on YouTube. And they also, I think it's just YouTube. I think they give you um, another site too, but I know for definitely for sure YouTube. So I'm watching YouTube, and I told her, I said, I was looking at the instructions in YouTube that they indicated some tape so that it can stay in place. um for some reason mine kept falling off a little bit or moving. So I feel like I don't know, I'm just worried that it's not going to show correct results, like a false positive or a false negative or something like that. So the tech immediately said, you know what, I think we were talking through it, and then just all of a sudden she said, um let's let's just take it again. I was so relieved. I was like, oh my God, thank you. She was like, yeah, let's just take it again, and I'll give you the tape this time, the adhesive tape, some type of tape to keep it in place. So again, I go home that night, take it. Now I'm familiarized with it. I know where to go with it, even though I had my daughter come back in there again, and she's looking at me like, oh. So um put it on my chest, went to sleep. It stayed. I was worried, but it was secured. It was secure. So next morning, early, drop my test off, get ready for results to come. Got my results. It didn't take very long, y'all. I can't remember exact days, but it did not take very long. So my tech calls and she says, "We have your results, Miss Wade." And I said, "Okay." Whew. She said, "I can't even remember, y'all, because I just sit there in like silence, like I was just scared about what was going to be said." So she said, "Well, Takesha, well, Miss Wade, um, your results came back and you do have sleep apnea." I was relieved in a sense because now I know what's wrong with me and why I'm feeling the way I feel. Like I would wake up so tired. Like I would go to sleep 6, 7 hours, and I still wake up so tired. Like, y'all, I'm talking about when I say tired, I'm talking about can't function tired. Like I'm constantly yawning throughout the day. I am tired. So explain why my energy level was so low. So she said, they gave me my levels and she said that I was midpoint, like I was like a couple points away of being critical. I stopped breathing, I believe she said 24 times an hour. I literally stopped breathing. But anyone knows about sleep apnea, when they say stop breathing, you literally stop breathing. Literally, y'all. I'm talking about you lose oxygen to your brain. And this is what's causing the brain fog and your fatigue. And, your body is not properly doing what it's supposed to be doing, right? Especially at night, because sleep is recovery, sleep is restorative. And so when you're asleep, God has things going on in there that's helping you. Like sleep is just not sleep. Like everything that God created within us and on us, trust me, is for a purpose. Everything that we do is a purpose. Everything on our body is for a purpose. So um I was scared. I was like, oh my God, I stopped breathing. That was very scary, y'all. So of course so I went to the office and they gave me my CPAP. Um, they give you detailed instructions how to use it. Well, no, let me take that back. They gave me a prescription for a CPAP. Go to the home, um, look at me, home, um, the DME, Durham Medical Equipment Company, and they gave me my equipment, my mask, um, what else? My mask, my machine, the pressure. They set the pressure, size me for the type of mask. They ask you questions like, is your skin sensitive? All of that, so they can determine what type of mask you need and so forth. So got everything. Y'all, I've been feeling so good since I've been on that CPAP. Um, but I do want to talk about this. I know that I have sleep apnea and it causes me to have that sleepiness, right? It was dangerous. I'm a surprise anyway, y'all, because I was driving and I probably fell asleep a couple times and didn't realize it as I was driving. So I started using my CPAP. I'm feeling better every day. Each day goes by. I feel a difference as soon as I used it the first night. Now, of course, this is sleep therapy, so you're not gonna see results immediate. Like you're not gonna, it takes time. It's therapy. It's an actual therapy, y'all. And so I'm sleeping good. Matter of fact, when I like y'all, as soon as I put that mask on for me to go to sleep, Y'all, I fell asleep so fast. My kids say when they came in the room, I was talking all weird. And I just went on back to sleep, y'all. That was like I it was just so unbelievable. So time, a week went by, I'm feeling better. Um Probably a month or so. And I'm still feeling a little tired. Not like the tired I used to with the sleep apnea. I just felt this tiring in my spirit. And I'm still functioning properly, y'all. I'm still good. It's just that I'm just worried. All right, y'all. So this is it. This is it. This is the most important piece. Yes, the sleep apnea, me being diagnosed was important too, but we want to talk about the soul. Um, so my relationship with God, He talks to me. We talk, the Lord. So I was just pondering. Okay, like God, I know, I need to start back taking my vitamin D and get my vitamins because again, let me tell y'all, this recovery is not for the weak. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like you have to get disciplined. Like if you haven't been disciplined before, you're going to learn discipline in this process. I am steadily, slowly moving into the discipline because I am not disciplined, y'all, like I should be. So I'm in a constant stop, start, reset, get back up, go once, boom, going back. It's a roller coaster ride, but it's nothing to be upset with yourself about, and it's nothing to worry about because this is just the process, right? So I'm talking to the Lord today. I'm reflecting, and I'm like, okay, I just really, it's got to be something up with this. Some hat, because sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm tired again, sometimes I'm not. I'm like, okay, I'm on my device, I'm on my machine. I know something else is going on. So this came up, y'all. I'm like, God, it's so amazing. Um, Hold on, y'all. I'm getting my paper out. Y'all know I have to write everything down. And all of a sudden, this came to mind, of course, recovery. And then there it was, recovery, rest. Y'all, I almost dropped the pen. I'm like, whoa, this is it? Like, recovery, rest. So, like, y'all, I really want y'all to know, like, so I'm so transparent. I like to be so visual and so transparent and open with my recovery. Like, right now, I'm literally, my brain is like, what? And I can feel myself disassociating a little bit. Like I was getting ready to go in. It's like I was going out just a little bit. And I can feel the stillness and like coming out. Like I can hear the ears like that ring. And I'm getting ready to just be out. Like my brain is like, what? Number one, my brain is like, what is this? I'm not used to this. What do you mean? um, so it sounded like danger in a sense, if I'm making sense, because this is not happening when you have been in survival mode for so many years. Your brain is like, what are you talking about? What is this? So so I'm just being transparent, telling y'all that right in the moment what was going on. So recovery rests, and I broke it down. So my next episode on the show, I'm going to talk about the breakdown of the recovery rest. But I'm going to say this before I go. Y'all, recovery rest is sensitive. What do I mean? when you are in recovery, just all overall, you have to be in a safe and understanding environment. And this also means you. Okay. And I'm going to tell you the why behind that, why I say that. Because when you are in recovery, especially with this recovery rest, you got to remember, depending on how long you were in survival mode, determines, this is individualized, determines how long and how. This is not a time stamp. Like, you don't say, okay, I'm gonna be okay 9/22. Okay, this is the due date. No, this is not how that works. So you have to be in a safe space and around safe people. I need you to document this big old word. I don't care if you have to put it on a bulletin board and just put it up so you can see it. I don't care if you use sticky notes, which I got to start doing, and put rest. Well, yes, put rest. I do have rest on mine, but uh, um, safe. The word safe, because, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you are in an environment that's either a replica of your trauma, or a triggering environment, or people that's not understanding, this is going to put a big pause on, or I'm not going to say pause, a little, some delays in your healing. Why? If you're not around safe people, guess what? They do not understand what your brain and your body, your spirit, your soul went through with these people, whether they're toxic, sociopathic, pathological, psychopathic, toxic, whatever you want to call it. They're still unhealthy. Either word you want to use, these are unhealthy people. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to start classifying it as unhealthy people so that it can stick out to people and not do the naming, because some people can't determine, especially they're not, they don't know definitions, and they're, I need to say unhealthy. When you're around unhealthy people, they don't understand this. They don't understand your level of hurt, pain at all. Like, they have no clue of what's going on. So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna judge you. They're gonna say you're lazy. They're gonna say you look a mess. You're tired. You look tired. They're gonna be very critical, and they're not gonna be understanding. Let me give you an example. This is a real example. Um, until now, me knowing what survival mode is and how my body is recovering, and even how it reacted in the process of coming into my healing, like mentally, like conscious healing. And so, in accepting it and not realizing, um that ex-husband of mine, and y'all, I don't like saying it that way, but I'm comfortable with y'all. He literally will um call me lazy. You're lazy, you don't want to do anything, you sorry. But mostly he's talking about I'm lazy. Now, sir, you're the reason. You are the cause. So I need you to be quiet. Now, at the time, I couldn't say that because I didn't know too much. But even now, because we have kids together, and I try to stay. That's the best thing, y'all. That's another thing. If you are co-parenting with them, less contact, low contact as possible with them, y'all, because they are not changing. They have not changed. They're still that narcissistic or sociopathic, pathological, psychopathic person, evil, narcissistic person. They're not going to change. This is who they are. Narcissistic, toxic people, this is their identity, this is their character. You can't change that. They have built themselves into this. This is who they are and what they are, and you can't change it. And it's not up to you to change, but it is up to you to protect yourself. They're not safe, they're unsafe. Do not, this is my big warning flag for y'all, my big sign for you. Tell them less is possible. Do not tell them anything about your healing. Don't let them in. They're nosy and they want to pick pride and make you feel less than. They're This is in their DNA now. Like, this is what they like doing. This is how they survive, making your life miserable. So therefore, keep your business to yourself. They are no longer part of you. So limit what you say to them. Okay. Um, to be honest, I prefer no contact at all. So when my kids get older, I would definitely, and I'm getting to the point my children are older, that I can actually move into the space of no contact, because they're old enough to use phones, and things are set up where I don't have to talk to him. Actually, I don't. Yeah, when I say I do not, even thinking about it, I'm getting ready to disassociate, because my brain is like, okay, you about to say something that I need to protect you. Like, they change the chemical in your brain. Your brain is rewired. You're in a trauma body, working in a trauma brain forever. And now when I say forever, forever, this is now you. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because now you are superman, superwoman. You have superpowers that no one else has. So, but it's not for you to go and be super, okay? Yes, you need to help someone, but don't think you can save everybody, because you can't, okay? So, um, try not to cry, y'all. I'm crying a little bit inside. But um just be mindful of the people, your community, y'all. Like, this is your now to evaluate the people. I talk about this all the time. And I know people's like, she always talking about evaluate the people around her. You have to, y'all, because this is critical. If you want to live in a healthy movement, you're going to have to be intentional about your healing. And I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm up here scratching my head. I'm just, even my hair is like itching. Like, here she go. But um, you have to be very mindful and intentional when it comes to your healing process. This is not something that happens overnight, and you have to put in the work. There is no, I'm going to just sit here and it's just going to miraculously happen and I don't have to do anything because now I'm aware, but now it's going to happen. No, you have to put in the work, because you're reparenting yourself, you're resetting your brain. Um, it's so many steps, and this is what I love to do. I help individuals in this process. So I'm going to end, but I need you to look at a map, invisible map of your healing. And I need you to map it out. If you want to put it on paper, go ahead. But your healing is, remember, your healing, your it involves safety. Okay. So therefore you have to properly build that, meaning you have to be the gatekeeper. You have to know who and when can come inside that gate. Like they can't enter it. That's just like, you know how you have these $1 million homes or these big expensive homes, and they have those systems. Even some apartment complexes have them, because they have to be careful who comes in and out, because you got people that's going to try to come in. You never know, they might try to rob, steal, same thing, but hurt someone. You just never know. So that's the same way with you and your body, your time, your mental. You have to stand at that gate, and whoever you see come to that gate, you have to ask questions. Who are you? Why are you here? This is when you listen to your body. This is what you listen to yourself. This is why it's so important to be in a safe space, because you got to be able to trust yourself. Therefore, you have to be very mindful who is there and what they're coming in for. So be intentional, do it. You don't have to be perfect. Start today. All right, y'all. I will see y'all or talk to y'all later. Um, I'm here if you need me. Y'all have an amazing day. Bye.